Alright, sorry I got a phone call during my recording. Alright, so just to recap real quickly, we're flying along. I'm using a combination of dead reckoning, which is following an azimuth magnetic heading on a compass, and my timer. Flying along using that, dead reckoning, and pilotage, which is looking out my windscreen and looking for visual checkpoints, which I match up on the sectional chart to fly and stay on course. So I'm doing that. You can see I'm doing that. Let's imagine we just passed over Dallastown Reservoir and we've made our turn towards Lancaster. We're gone a couple of minutes. He says, "Alright, you have a passenger that's not feeling well. You need to divert. Divert me to Gettysburg." I've always got my diversion calculator in my knee board, so I pull it out. I'm flying the plane while we're doing this. I'm staying on my intended course. So I know that I'm just past the city of Red Lion. So I lay my diversion calculator north up, center the center ring, just past the city of Red Lion with 0 facing north. And this does not have to be precise. Kind of line the edge of it up with your longitude and latitude lines, or just visually line it up with the center over it. Flip my map out because I know Gettysburg is, because of my route planning, I know that Gettysburg is off to my west. Lay that over there, swing the ruler over, and I see that Gettysburg is at 262 degrees, 34 miles. So I immediately turn the plane to 262 plus 10 for the magnetic variation in this level, so 272 degrees. I know I'm over Red Lion, so I turn it to 272 degrees and hit reset on my timer. So now I'm heading from this direction to my new course, which is in this direction at 272 degrees. So I'm flying the plane 272 degrees, holding my altitude, and I already said that it was, we'll say, 34 miles. So I look at my airspeed and my ground speed, or if I don't have my GPS telling me my ground speed, I know that my airspeed's 110, and on a practical check ride, you're going to want calm winds. So let's just say I know I have a 5 mile an hour tailwind, so I'm going to estimate that I'm doing 110 across the ground. And 20 miles would be 11 minutes, and then 4 miles would be or 14 miles would be 8.5. So let's say 20 minutes. I'm going to round it to 20 minutes because it's a ballpark. So I'm flying my 272 and I'm looking at my clock, and I am going to be looking at that 20-minute mark, and that's going to be just this side of Gettysburg. I'd rather estimate short and be looking for it than estimate long and get complacent and pass it up and have to start circling when I realize that I passed Gettysburg. And then once you do that, you're just looking out the windshield, you're looking at your chart for roadways. I'm somewhat familiar with this area. I've landed at Gettysburg during practice. It's a short field. I'm going to be looking up my runway designations, confirming my winds, dialing back in on my radios the weather for Carroll County to get a good idea of the winds, to have an idea of what runway I'm going to use. I'm going to be listening to the Gettysburg Common Traffic Channel to see if anybody else is landing there, see what runway they're using. and then everything else is gonna be just like I intended to go there. I'm gonna look up my weather, look up my radio frequencies, get an idea how I need to approach the airport in order to come in on either the runway people are using, or if there's nobody there and nobody on the radio and I determine the runway I'm going to use, I'm going to set up for that and use the radio to call out my position and my intentions. And that's how you do a diversion. So I'll try to do it real quick. We're flying along and I'm doing my plan as I had intended, and I'm told that one of my passengers is not feeling good. I know we're over the interstates running up through York. I'm told to divert to Gettysburg. Pull out my diversion protractor. I'm going to find my intended place. I know where I'm at. I lay the center of the diversion protractor over my location, try to square it up just by eyeballing it, swing the ruler around to intersect where I want to go, read 262 degrees, 27 miles. So I'm going to add 10 for magnetic variation, so I'm going to turn the plane immediately to 272. Boom, 272, I turn the airplane, I reset my timer. And then I'm going to say 25 miles instead of 27. So I'm going to calculate that I'm doing 110. That's 11 minutes plus 3 minutes. So 14 minutes. As I approach 12 minutes, I'm really going to start looking to nail down, and even really before that, depending on visibility, even after 5 minutes, I'm going to see some of these landmarks coming in my far vision, and I'm just going to start bracketing myself in with the highways, thus Gettysburg proper. Look on the chart to see the location of the airport reference to the highways in the city, and that's how you do a diversion.